Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. We are jumping back into skincare. I have noticed now that I am living in Florida, I have found that like my skincare routine, which in New York, pollutants and dirty air and like I just felt like I needed so much more on my skin. Now that I'm down in Florida, I've actually refined my skincare routine to rather than like 30 steps, I'm only doing like 7, which might be a lot for you, but for me, it's a much more accessible amount. So I am going to walk you guys through an easy skincare routine for literally all skin types. This is not for oily skin, this is not for dry skin, this is not for sensitive skin. This will work for literally anybody. The only disclaimer I will say is if you have an ingredient sensitivity or allergy, you're going to want to check ingredients because you might have an issue with that. But none of these products here are going to cause an issue on sensitive skin, in my opinion, based on the ingredients that I found, and they are really going to be helpful for whether you're dry, oily, combination, normal, sensitive, acne prone. Like, I don't think you're gonna have an issue with any of these. So if you wanna work through that with me, I'm also gonna be going over a few Boxycharm skincare products that in my unboxings I said things like, you need some time to figure out if you love it, or I'm gonna get back to you with how I feel. So some of those are mixed in. Plus, I do put the March Boxyluxe cleansing tool to the test on camera. I've been using it for a few weeks, so you're gonna get a demo on this, a quick little mini tutorial on it, as well as all of my thoughts on a product that you guys will be getting in your March Luxe box. Whew, that was a mouthful. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. I upload 3+ times a week, and that's gonna be the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you wanna relax with me, do a little bit of skincare, show some love to our skin, stay tuned. So obviously the first thing that I'm going to do is cleanse my skin. Today I used the Calendula Deep Foaming Cleanse Wash from Kiehl's. This does say that it is for normal to oily skin. However, I do believe that it is great for all skin types. When I use it, I'm not gonna say I feel stripped, but I definitely feel clean. Glycerin is a very hydrating ingredient, so think of it as like a natural hydration product. It's also used in several products as like a binder, just because of the way it holds onto moisture. But in addition, this uses the calendula flower extract, calendula vitamin C, brightening, hydrating, really all around. I don't like a cleanser to just be a cleanser. So the reason I love this one specifically is that I find that just across the board, it doesn't strip the skin, it adds good ingredients to the skin while also taking the dirt and gook off. I did also, and you guys know, I have been using my Clarisonic for literally years, but recently I did get the PMD Face Cleanser. This is actually going to be coming in the March Boxycharm Boxyluxe Box. That's the big box. So I've been playing around with this for a couple weeks now, and I did want to give you guys the full disclosure on it. A couple things, just my first disclaimer, and I hate being that person that gives you these disclaimers, but I have to. So this did come to me in PR, so I did not buy it. I have been using it just to see if I love it. The day I posted it on Instagram as like, oh my God, thank you for sending this over, was a couple weeks after I had gotten it, because I took the picture and then I started doing a million other things, and then I was using it one day and I realized I never posted it. So even though it only went on my Instagram stories like 3 weeks ago, I actually got it like 2 weeks before that. Number one. Number two, I'm gonna drop in footage of me using this. So it does have 4 different settings. It is a medical grade silicone, so as far as like anti-pollutant, anti-infectal, antifungal, all that fun stuff. Nope, wrong word. So as far as like antimicrobial, this is going to be a lot more sanitary than a Clarisonic type brush. I do love my Clarisonic, however, you do have to change the brushes out. With this, once you get it, you get it. You don't have to like change out the brush head, you just sanitize it and clean it. So this does work on one AA battery. It has 4 vibration settings, so while you're cleaning, it's actually like buzzing and pulsing, which is gonna help to open the pores so you can really deeply clean a little bit better. And as you guys will see in the clip of me using this to wash, once I'm done using the scrubbing side, I turn it around and I'll actually use the toning side just to kind of vibrate on the skin, which is going to break down congestion, loosen up the skin, make everything look a little more radiant, and really break down any like congestion and puffiness. It's very similar to like the face rollers. It just helps to kind of even out the skin tone. Not tone, I'm sorry, the skin texture. So then we tone, and I'm gonna be using the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Pads. This came in my Boxycharm box this most recent month. I have used these before. They are these little pre-soaked cotton rounds. And I will take this and I will start in the center of the face in small circular motions and then sweep it along the face. This is like a 3-in-1 product. So first it is toning the skin. Toning is when you balance out your pH, you close the pores back up now that you've really like opened them up with the vibration and the cleanser and the warm water. Kind of closes everything back up so you don't deal with like pore congestion. And because this one has the AHAs in it, this is also going to lightly exfoliate. So you're getting a 3-in-1 on this, and it's gentle enough to use every day, whereas a lot of exfoliants you're only recommended to use every 2 or 3 days. Now, I did not take that in the under eye area, so before I go in with my face stuff, I'm going to go right to eyes. The next item that did come out of a Boxycharm, just to give you guys an update, this was the Skin Fix Barrier Lipid Boost 360 Eye. It is more of an eye serum, but it is a 360 safe. So I did mention it in the video where I got this. Was it Boxycharm? No, this was in the TrendMood box. But it is something that you want to use. First you pat it in the under eye and take it all the way around the lid. With eye products, you want to make sure that it says 360 safe before you just slap it on your lid, because you can actually really hurt yourself by putting a product that is not 360 safe all around. Now, when you think of an eye serum or an eye treatment, think of it just like your face. Your face needs a serum and a moisturizer. Your eyes do too. So after you go in with your eye serum, eye cream. This is the Murad Renewing Eye Cream. I've been using this for years. This is like my 3rd bottle of it. A little goes a very long way. You'll notice I like things in pumps. It's just how I like, more than jars. Little bit, and this one, because it is a little bit more smoothing, rather than patting, I do very lightly with little to no pressure, just move my fingers back and forth, and then going to the ring finger, I will just gently pat whatever's left up into the immediate eye area, and I'll take it to around here, but I will not take it on the lid. This one is not 360 safe. All right, so that on the under eye did give us enough time that the toner has kind of settled down. You'll notice my skin is a lot less red and agitated as it was when I first went into the pad. So it does calm down very quickly. Then we're gonna go into our face serum. So this is the AA Barrier Serum from Algenist. This is, it smells like, I wanna say fake green apple. So it does use green apple as an active ingredient, but it smells like a green apple like Jolly Rancher. And this is gonna be a barrier serum. So think of this as something that's meant to protect, hydrate, and really just give your skin a little bit of that extra help after you cleanse and tone. So this is going to, again, give you a little bit of protection on the skin, a serum that's gonna help with preventing any irritants from getting into your skin, very similar to like the Murad Revitalixer that I've been using, again, for years. Once this is done, I'm going back to Murad and vice versa. I do bounce back and forth between the two. But I find that this just really helps to build that glow. Notice how instantly glowy the skin turned without it looking like greasy. It just looks healthy. Then we hydrate. Next item to come out of a Boxycharm. This was the Laneige Moisturizing Mousse. So this says that it is for sensitive skin, which means even if you don't have sensitive skin, you can use it. And it is for all skin types. So it is hydrating and calming. It's more like a mousse. You push it down a little bit, you'll get some. It uses lychee and deep sea water to be extra hydrating and nourishing while also calming and soothing. So my skin, I'm not gonna say it's sensitive, but it reacts. So for me personally, once when you saw I put on that the toner, my skin turned bright red pretty quickly, but it does die down. Sensitive skin will turn bright red and stay that way. My skin doesn't get agitated. It just, it'll react and then it'll calm back down. By going in with something like this with those moisturizing but calming ingredients, it's really gonna help for everything to really keep that redness at bay. Now you'll notice I really took that into the skin. With most of my products, I'll take it on the hand, I will apply it all over the face, and then I will let it sink in. With moisturizer, I kind of lately have been doing a 2-step. So I apply it into the skin, and then I will take a tiny bit more, and I will apply a thin layer once over the face, and I will let that sink into the skin. I won't rub it in. I will allow my skin to absorb all of that like hydrating goodness, rather than when you go like this, we're adding it into our hands, not into our face. So I really want to like add a little bit more on top so that it's gone everywhere, it's on my skin, but I really give it a chance to soak up a little bit more. Now, everything we've used so far is 100% good for all skin types. Even though it like the cleanser says for normal to oily skin, it is also hydrating, so it's great for dry skin. It's not going to strip the skin. The calming mousse says for sensitive, but it'll work even if you're not sensitive. The eye products and the alginist serum, great for all skin types, no exception. The next two products, or three products rather, I'm only using two, but we'll get to it, are products that you might want to mix in depending on how your skin works. So the first is the Murad Prebiotic 3-in-1 Multi-Mist. You guys know I've been talking about this on my channel for a very long time. So I think this product will work for everyone. However, I am oily. I don't want to add a lot of excess hydration because then I tend to look greasy. So with this, I will take a very small amount of the mist over my skin and allow it to soak in just for those prebiotic ingredients to really help to balance my skin. If you find that you're a little more dry, layer it on, add like 3 more spritzes, or just take it with you throughout the day and just touch up whenever you feel like you want a little bit more boost of hydration. This will give you plenty of that. It can also use to prep and set your makeup. I'm a little more oily, so I don't like to go in with as much of it, but it's an amazing product. The last two products are also going to be from Murad, and they're going to be your SPFs. These are magic. So the first is the City Skin Age Defense Broad Spectrum SPF 50 Mineral Sunscreen. The last is the Oil and Pore Control Mattifier Broad Spectrum SPF 45. Both of these are going to be mineral sunscreens. They are not going to be chemical sunscreens. I personally have a sensitivity to chemical sunscreens. Plus, with all chemical sunscreens, you have to apply it 30 minutes before you go out in the sun because it takes time to activate. It only lasts for about 2 hours and then you have to reapply it. Whereas with a physical, it's almost like a shield on top of your skin. It does say on there that you need to reapply every 2 hours, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. In my research, the only reason it says that is because all of the regulations for what it says on the back of the packaging doesn't specify between mineral and chemical sunscreens. All sunscreens have to say reapply every 2 hours. So if like you get wet, you should reapply, but you don't necessarily need to reapply throughout the day as needed. So the reason I'm showing you both is that the Oil and Pore Control Mattifier is the one that I'm going to use on those days where I am running around. I don't want to look greasy. I don't want to look sweaty. I'm going to be putting makeup on underneath, and I really want to control oils and pores and really have everything be a little more refined. The Age Defense is a little bit more if I'm like going outside, or I'm going to be out by the pool or doing work, or anything that's like running around doing errands, things that don't necessarily require me to focus on pores and oil control because I'm not really going to be getting greasy, or I'm going to embrace it all the way because I'm going to be out in the sun. So today I'm actually going to be using this one because I will be sitting by the pool today for a little bit with Brandon. I have a conference call and I'm going to take it from outside. So I'm going to take a little bit of this, and with this sunscreen, it has a little bit of a peachy tone to it. I know on camera it looks a little bit whiter, but I'm going to take a tiny bit of the other one just so you can see compared to a white. This is how peachy the other one is. So your typical like white sunscreens can tend to leave a cast, especially on deeper skin tones. I have found this one doesn't, even Brandon uses it. But if you're concerned or you're dry, the orange bottle will probably be better for you. Brandon prefers the blue one. I honestly, it depends on what I'm doing in the day. That'll kind of differentiate between which one I want to use. Make sure you get your ears. It never happened to me, but a friend of mine, probably 2 years ago, was talking to me about it. We were talking about sunscreen and SPF, and she mentioned that she used to always forget to put it on her ears. She went on a vacation and got like 3rd-degree blisters on the tips of her ears, and ever since then, like I feel like I have to sunscreen my ears up, which should be doing anyway, but that's how I remember to do it because we don't want blisters on our ears. And then I am going to give that a little bit of a second from, again, you guys see, every time I put a product on, my skin turns red and then it comes back down. So I'm going to give it a second for my skin to really calm down a bit, and then I'll be right back. All right, so it's been a few minutes and the skin is still looking glowy and dewy and hydrated, but this is not going to get greasy throughout the day. This is about as like glowy as it's going to be. I'm I'm kind of starting to embrace that a little bit more and not jumping off the deep end with I need to be matte, matte, matte. Having a little bit of a healthy glow to the skin. Like, I just love the way that the light is catching on the hydrated skin. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know down below. And don't forget to comment with some of your go-to favorite skincare products, because I mean, I feel like I love makeup, I play with makeup, but I spend so much time like researching, trying, and playing with new skincare that is like my passion. And I'm definitely going to be bringing you guys a lot more skincare content, especially coming soon. So thank you guys again, and I will see you next time. Bye.